Greetings, Genesee Valley. I'm Josh Williams here with sports reporter Chris Graham. How's it going, Chris?
Going pretty good. How are you?
Excellent. We've now just wrapped up our first weekend of football in Livingston County and Genesee Valley, and this will be the first of many sports shows here of video recaps of what's going on, some of the games that we covered, as well as some other events. So, Chris, tell me what you discovered about after your first weekend here covering football.
The biggest thing that I noticed so far is not a lot of teams showing up with the defense. The first game I had on Friday, Leroy over Geneseo, at a tune of 74-6. So certainly, yeah, definitely a lot of points, and just some of the players that really showed up well on the. It was a big game for rushing for Leroy. Tom Kelso, a sophomore fullback, three carries, 86 yards, and 3 touchdowns. John Pierce, a sophomore running back, 4 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Peter Privatera, I hope I got that right, junior running back, 8 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. So Leroy was running the ball with reckless abandon, if you will, and really taking it to Geneseo.
You know, the one thing I definitely noticed about that Leroy fullback was that he's a big boy.
Yeah, definitely. He has no problem knocking anybody over, as we have a bus pull up next to us.
Right, it's all right.
But yeah, as you said, a very big guy, very difficult to tackle.
Anything can happen here on this sports show, if you can hear me right now.
Absolutely. But like you said, very big guy, very difficult to bring down. 86 yards, 3 TDs. He had his way with the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Geneseo, tough. You know, they lost quite a few people, but head coach there, Tim Dolga, said this isn't a rebuilding year. They're going to get better this season, so we'll see what happens with Geneseo. What other games do you have so far?
I did Perry versus York yesterday, which is a really good back and forth contest in the first half. And this one really showcased 2 very good quarterbacks on both sides of the ball. Tyler Schultz, a senior quarterback.
Shutz. Tyler Schultz.
Is it
yep,
Schutz?
get used to saying that name.
All right, senior quarterback from York. 13 out of 26, 378 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Also contributed rushing the ball with 7 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. He just had, every time York had the ball, he was controlling the offense. He knew what he was doing, and he definitely had his way with Perry. Quartet of receivers having a very good day as well. Nick Curry, a senior wideout, 4 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Patrick Dinshaw, a senior wide receiver, 3 catches, 110 yards.
Dinshaw, we'll get this going. You're going to get used to saying these boys' names because they're all very good athletes. Schutz there is a phenomenal point guard on the basketball court. He's definitely the leader of this, so you're picking up all the right things here.
All right. Also, Neil Kraft, another senior wideout, 3 catches for 62 yards, and Ryan Loudon, a junior wide receiver, 3 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. So wideouts had their day, quarterbacks had their day. As we mentioned earlier, defenses, they really didn't. Perry also, like I said, you had 2 good quarterback performances. Corey Dillon had 4 passing touchdowns and 198 yards rushing with 2 additional rushing scores.
Right.
And Anthony Ricotta, a wide receiver for them, had 3 receiving TDs. So, it was a very fun game to watch, very fun game to report on, just, back and forth, up and down. So, I guess from what I've seen in 2 games here in Livingston County, a lot of offense. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I'm certainly not a coach by any means, but you always hear about the offenses being ahead of the defenses. I think that's what we got definitely in this first week of action and the few games that I saw. But you eventually hope that evens out for everybody, obviously, to get more competitive games.
Absolutely, and we're going to have some. Also, we got a story up on the site. We have a CYF, the Youth Football League is going on. We have a great team of reporters here that are bringing lots of great coverage. And then we also had right here in downtown Geneseo the Oak Tree Half Marathon and 5K. And we had a couple of staff members participate in that. One of them's off camera right now. And it was a great day. But in that race there, Sarah Kenny blazed through the course. What'd you run, Sarah? Okay, she's denying all of this. But anyway, Sarah did a great job. It's one of the toughest half marathon courses in the area. You come up Nations Road, big monster hill, climb on it. I got dusted by the women's champion, Krista Meyer. She ran a 1:27:10 which is a 6:40 pace per mile for 13.1 miles. And if you think about that, I was about 400 yards behind her going into this climb up the hill, and she dusted me. I was seeing dust. I mean, she turned it on. It was a great race. So the overall winner of the half was Ryan Lum out of Pittsburgh. He ran 1:21.14. That's a 6:13 pace per mile for 13.1 miles. Another notable finish was Dave Coyne. He's 61 years old, Avon legend. At the age of 61, Dave ran a 1:35.01, which is a 7:16 pace per mile. Dave Coyne had a top 20 finish at the Boston Marathon. He's in the GRTC Hall of Fame, Greater Rochester Track Club. Awesome runner. And he's coming back off an injury, so for him to slap down a 1:35.01 half marathon at the age of 61.
Yeah, that's impressive, even without the injury, just on age, as itself, 61. Certainly, if you're in shape, you can do it, but very, very impressive run on his part.
Absolutely. And another notable finish in that half marathon is Laura Anderson. She's the defending women's champion from last year. And Laura has an interesting story. She was in a car accident and broke her foot and had nerve damage since she last won it. So she came back. She was third overall female. She ran a 1:35.27. That's a 7:20 pace per mile. And after a devastating car accident, the broken foot, she comes back and throws that down. My hat's off to Laura. Great job. It's just amazing, with running and what people, the pride in which people train with locally here. It's pretty outstanding.
Yeah, just like you said, something like that. You have something devastating happen, but that motivation is still there to get back out and get back to doing what you do. And if that's running, then she took that motivation, got in shape, got in running shape, and really threw up a great time.
Yeah, and then we also got in the 5K, a little bit of a shorter distance. That's the 5K. We had the defending champ return to claim his title once again, Bobby Henshin. He's a legendary runner here in Geneseo. He ran it with a time of 16:01. That's a 5:10 pace per mile. Henshin ran at Geneseo High School. He ran at the college here, and he's continuing on with his career. He's a graduate student at the U of R. Great job. The local Geneseo High School, the stud on their cross-country team, he's a state-ranked guy. I believe he's state-ranked. Gabe Rodriguez, the Rodriguez family. Every year they put out good athletes, good runners, class act family. Gabe ran a 17:02, and that's a 5:29 pace per mile at the age of 17. Early in the season for cross-country guys, that's a nice sign for the Geneseo cross-country team and Gabe to have that.
Yeah, absolutely. You just never too early to get in game shape, I guess you could say, or running shape or whatever it would be. But very impressive, obviously, for their team to see one of their young runners producing like that.
Absolutely. And there's one other name of note here that I have no idea what it is, but I saw it and it immediately caught my attention when I was looking at the results. A 16-year-old by the name of Jacob Chichester. And as we know here, the legendary Tim Chichester went to SUNY Geneseo. He was the second American at Boston just recently. Today, he's training at the World's Nationals in Italy for some mountain. I don't know if they're related. They have to be. How many Chichesters could be out this way and not be related?
I would think not too many.
So if he is, we have a young Chichester coming up. He's from Livonia, according to the results from Leone timing. But he's 16 years old and ran an 18:59, which is a 6:07 pace. And he's got any of those Chichester genes in him, or genetics, or training, or work ethic. We better get ready to say the name Chichester. Once again, that name's not going anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely not. If they are related or if they aren't related, I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of coverage here.
So here we are on Main Street. The sun's setting behind us. It's a Sunday evening.
Our outside studio, if you will.
Yeah, this is the outside sort of copy version of the Fox News after they do the game on the sidelines. This is what you're going to get from us all season.